Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. I want you to check out the channel's official clothing store, RFC Clothing. Each design is limited edition and is perfect to wear on a match day, on the terraces at Ibrox, down your local, or cozy in the comfort of your own home. Do browse our t-shirts by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, as always, we are going to be going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That includes some huge transfer news. Yes, we're going to be speaking about a outgoing or a potential outgoing that will maybe put a smile on some people's faces due to the fee that is going along with it. We're also going to be discussing a potential incoming, as a very, very reputable French source has linked us to yet another player, and potentially another incoming. And in fact, let's start with that potential other incoming, that being Sima. Yes, Rangers, of course, were handed a boost last week with regards to signing last season's loanee Sima on a permanent basis, and now the forward has captured the imaginations of Rangers fans with his latest social media post. The 23-year-old took to Instagram to share his highlight reel of his on-pitch exploits last season, with a caption stating last season was one to never forget. This message was then followed by more to come soon, which has set the tongues wagging among the Rangers support, with a reported price tag of £8 million set by Brighton. They did report recently that they have since dropped their valuation, given the Senegalese forward, who is now entering the final year of his contract, a bigger boost to go into Rangers. The on-loan forward has been a regular fixture whenever fit to appear under Philippe Clement, having notched 15 goals before the winter break, and Sima's injury at the AFCON undoubtedly impacted Rangers' title push. Sima was only back for a handful of games though before picking up another knock in the Scottish Cup semi-final win over Hearts. That included a vital goal in Rangers' 3-3 draw with Celtic in April. The attacker's agent has previously stated that Sima would be opening to continuing his career at Ibrox, and that will depend though on Brighton, a club notoriously well run in the transfer market and are unlikely to sell their international for cheap. So, is there something that Sima knows that we don't know just yet? As stated, I provided you an update with regards to Sima. And stated that basically, he was, the price tag had been slashed ever so slightly. And to be fair, him getting injured last season probably does bode well with us in trying to get him on the cheap. He is into the final year of his contract, so we'll certainly find out. But it could be one that could be done a bit later on in the summer. All I know is that Rangers are very much interested in the player. So again, one to watch there. Now, moving on to another potential incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, reports coming out of France. Again, L'Equipe have reported that Rangers have been credited with extreme interest in Usama Targhalline. L'Equipe report that Rangers are very keen on the Hellerbar midfielder, but clubs from France and Italy are also interested. The 22-year-old's contract expires at the end of the coming season. So another player that we've been linked to, and again, it comes from a good source in terms of L'Equipe in France. And again, we have been using this quite recently, looking at players in the French league, and again another Moroccan player, so certainly one to keep an eye on. Fits a decent age profile, midfielder, and yeah, I don't know how much he'd be worth, but if we're credited with interest, I'm not going to really milk it out too much, well, because there is nothing saying that we have made contact or anything. It just states that we're very keen on the player, so take of that what you will. But another player that we are interested in is him. Now, moving on to a bit more of a bigger story. Now, I brought you this one about a week ago in regards to Cyriel Dessers, and we've got a bit more with regards to it now. Yes, Rangers, as we know, are going to be trying to recoup £4.5 million that they shelled out for Cyriel Dessers last summer, as the striker is now attracting interest from Saudi Arabia and a handful of European clubs. As stated last week, Greek outfit Powerwork were linked with a move for Dessers just 12 months after he arrived in Glasgow from Cremonese. The Nigerian international, of course, did score 22 goals in all competitions for Rangers during what was a tumultuous campaign at Ibrox. Now, reports are stating that the clubs in France and Spain are also registering interest in Dessers ahead of a potential exit this summer. It is believed that this situation is also being closely monitored in Saudi Arabia, as Dessers considers his options ahead of a new term. The 29-year-old was one of the headline arrivals last summer, however, hasn't really lived up to expectations despite despite him scoring the second most amount of goals in the Rangers ranks. Rangers have added 5 players to their squad so far as Philippe Clement overhauls the group that finished second in the Premiership last time out. The departure of Dessers would leave Clement with just Igamane and Danilo as his centre-forward options following the decision to release Kemar Roof at the end of his contract. Niels Koopman, the Director of Football Recruitment, is continuing to work on a list of transfer targets to add strength and depth to Clement's squad, and Rangers are open to offers for a number of players as the Belgian books to alter the profile of the first team group. So yes, look, Cyriel Dessers is now attracting further interest from Saudi Arabia and other clubs in Europe. So as stated, Greek side PAOK were interested in the player last week, and that's kind of all we got really from there, that he was keen on a move. However, there was no sort of talk of them matching our valuation. It is said that Rangers do want £4.5 million for the player. And if we get £4.5 million for the player and £3 million for Sam Lammers, then we're in the money. And I would just probably be breaking even pretty much. But, considering what happened last season, I didn't think that was money down the drain. But if we do manage to recoup our initial investments for those players, then I'd be pretty happy because that can go into other players. Now, some people are going to be a bit sentimental and say, don't sell Dessers. Guys, we need to sell Dessers. If we can get £5 million for Dessers, we can get a much better striker for that price. Someone that's going to be able to score goals in this division. And people always talk about Shankland. He's about the same age. Mibioski, same age. And if £4.5 million we get for them, then of course we could probably put that money and spend it on one of those two, and they'll do a far better job than what Cyriel Dessers did. So I'm all for selling Dessers. I do like the gentleman. I do like him. I think he's a good player. Sometimes. I think he's an alright guy, but, if there's £4.5 million on the table for Dessers, I'm taking it all day long. And reports are stating clubs in Saudi Arabia and in Europe are interested in his services. So, that's kind of all we've got for the transfer roundup today. Sima, Lincoln, hoping, maybe, that he could be joining back again. I think that would be a big signing, by the way, if we could get Sima for a relatively decent fee. This boy from Morocco as well, plays for Livar. Again, a midfielder being very much linked to us, and then of course Cyriel Dessers being linked with a move away. £4.5 million is the fee that the famous are looking for. So that's kind of all we've really got for you today, troops. As always, let me know your thoughts on everything, all the subject matter down there in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on Cyriel Dessers, and are any of you opposed to letting Cyriel Dessers go out the door for £4.5 million? As stated, let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember to check our brand new summer collection out. Brand new designs, all for you guys. Go shop it. Link in the description or rscclothing.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Push.